and elevate.
Listen, people in our era, P, they know who you are.
Yeah.
Right? I grew up on your music down in Philly when the internet was still starting to surface and New Orleans hip hop was showing up on BET and things of that nature. But you walk into a third grade class today.
Yeah.
These kids may not know who Master P is. They may not know who Mr. Percy Miller is. If they ask you, well, what do you do, Mr. Miller? What do you tell these third grade kids?
I'm a kingdom builder.
A kingdom builder.
Yeah, I'm a servant. So that's who I am. And that's all they need to know. I don't care about who Master P and Percy Miller. No. I'm here for something bigger than me. It's all about building God's kingdom. And so be able to escape the things that I was able to escape, to be able to have nothing and sell 100 million records, and coming from the projects, making Forbes, that ain't normal. And so I know it's nothing but God. If I ain't had God, I wouldn't be here. So I want kids to know that no matter what your conditions are, that you can overcome it if you put the work in. Because they say faith without work is dead. So I want kids to know I'm a living testimony that you could actually come from nothing and live the American dream. And which a lot of people say that, and then people see me and say, oh, well, P, you successful. It's easy for you to say no. And one time I lived in a 3-bedroom project with my grandparents and 14 of us kids and 2 adults. That's 16 people. And I ain't had nothing. I ate last, but I know that I wanted something more, and that hunger drove me and pushed me and made me go chase my dreams and my goals. And I had to grow and develop, but the wisdom and the education and the knowledge and the people that believed in me, I'm thankful for that. So I want kids to know, stay thankful, stay hungry, but put the work in. Because nobody going to give you nothing. Nobody care. If you don't make it, nobody care. And if you do make it, probably nobody care because it's not them. So you still have to be able to make yourself happy. I think a lot of people look for other people to make them happy. But other people just add to your happiness, whether it's in a relationship or a friendship or whatever. You have to make yourself happy. And for me, I want those kids to know I never did nothing for money. We sitting there at full of everything I did because I loved it. I was passionate about it. I was trying to find a problem. So I never got in business for money. Everything that I do, when you see all the ideas and everything I do, it's never been about money. The money gonna come if you do the right thing.
So yeah. One thing, man, I really learned to respect about you is your positive mindset, man.
Yes.
Obviously when it comes to Black America, our communities, we always see the negative. I'll delete the social media for a couple of days. You log back on and you see something. It's like, okay, why is it showing me this? And they ignore a lot of the positives. You listen to one interview, you said, if we did something negative, we'd be on TMZ. You ignore the positives, right? Where do you get that positive mindset from?
I guess my grandparents, because even though they was living in poverty in the projects, they was happy. And they was always about uplifting the community. They had the neatest house in the project. The mayor would come and show people off their house, even though they had 16 people in that 3-bedroom.
Kept it clean.
Like, it's like, if you don't keep that room clean, you in trouble.
You had to do chores on a Saturday.
I had to do chores. And we actually had a garden. Like, we was the only project house with a garden. I'm like, we live in a project, we got a garden. Like, go out there and pick them trees and fix these trees and water this grass. And it's like, I love that because they made the best out of what they had. And so they didn't let their conditions stop them from enjoying life and making a difference and helping. Like my grandmother, man, she fed the community, like people that didn't have food. When she cooked, she gave to whoever lived close to us. If they needed food, or if anybody came to our house, she fed them. So I think that's why I feel like my greatest job now is being a servant. So just watching my grandmother with a little bit of nothing. And I asked God, I said, man, if I make it, I want to buy my grandmother a house and I'm going to continually give you the glory. And that's what I've been doing. And so I think that's why my sustainability has been good, because my heart is good. I'm not perfect. But when I wake up in the morning, I want to help. I want to serve people. It's bigger than me. To our people. And it's like you had so many successful, rich Black people, and it was burned down. But I met this guy that owned a grocery store called Oasis.
A.J. Johnson.
Yes. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my food in your grocery store and I'm going to support you. We support all these other companies. But why not support Oasis and AJ?
He's doing good stuff in the community, and what you know about that store, as I've been down there, is that the predominantly of that area that's white is poor
Yes.
individuals who,
Yes.
you know, and so I love the work that he's doing. But when you think about, again, being yourself, what's been the biggest surprise of the start? You've been in this game for a very, very long time. What's been the biggest surprise about it all?
Our own culture don't believe that we could do it. You know, because they just don't get it. They're like, how you could do this? I mean, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just got to have integrity and do good business. And these doors will open up for you. Building great relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, trying to get that negative mindset out of our culture, because they still going back to, oh man, slavery, they did us this. And I'm like, you still harping on that, man. I never harped on that, because I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And I think you got to get used to us being successful. And I think a lot of us, we block our own blessings because we don't think that we could do it because we're looking at a color. So, I mean, Muhammad Ali was a guy that, and I love, like, his story, because he didn't care about that. He just wanted to be around good people, but he did represent for the culture. And I want more African-American owned tennis shoe companies. I don't want this just to be me. I want so many different product brands owned by us, but making it for everybody. Because think about it, when other cultures make products, they don't make it for them, they make it for everybody. And so I want that mindset of our people. If I could change that, that's the way we're going to bridge the wealth gap.
What's been the biggest negative surprise of it all? The biggest negative surprise of the start?
Our people can't work together. Think about when I go down Rodale Drive and see all these stores. They're owned by all the same kind of looking people. None of them fighting. None of them caring about what each other have or got. And I love that. I want to see that for our culture and our people. That's why I fight to educate our culture and our people. Because we got to get on that page. Like, we get on that page, we're going to be dangerous, because we spend $1 trillion a year.
2.1 trillion.
2.1 trillion. Think about it. And we don't own nothing. And we make 0.1% of black CEOs in Fortune 500 companies, but we spending all the money.
You flash back, man, and you know, you kind of said it, you grew up in the New Orleans area, right? 3-bedroom apartment in the projects with your grandparents. Your uncle, he was sleeping on the bed, and so you had to sleep on the floor, right?
Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up in New Orleans?
It was tough, but I got some high fashion, functional basketball shoes. Now, my son played for the University of Houston, and I was inspired by LeVar Ball because, you know, he did it first for his kid. He knew his kid was going to the league, but I didn't think that he was so ahead of his time. He didn't look at the functional part of that. So I created something now that's a high fashion shoe that even at Forbes, y'all can walk around in. I got all different kind of colors, but you also play basketball at a high level, at a pro level, at somebody that just want to play like a pro, go on the park. But, I mean, just can compete with any basketball shoe in the world. It took me about 3 years to build this.
Right. Well, where do you manufacture it from? Where do you make it?
So I'm making this in the U.S., but, you know, if you're going to mass produce, you still got to go overseas to mass produce. So
you can hit with tariffs then if you do that.
Yeah, you will. But I think now, like, a lot of the factories are opening up in these modes now, because that's the biggest thing about this. Like, a lot of stuff is going e-commerce, right? But you have to have customers that believe in what you have. I mean, Nike started out of their garage. Under Armour is probably one of the biggest brands, in Adidas now, and New Balance then came up, right? So this brand is called Max Out.
Why Max Out? Where you get that?
Because we're going to max out, man, everything we do. Like, you just talked about Wall Street. You want to go to Wall Street, you need to max out. You want to be a football player, you need to max out. You want to be a basketball player, you want to lift weights. Everybody want to max out. I want to max out in whatever I do.
Right.
And so to be able to have a brand like this that look good, feel good, light, and that now you can, you know, somebody look like us say, hey, how come we don't own our own tennis shoe? When Nike started out of their garage. Like, Phil Knight started out of his garage. And I tell people all the time, look, it's not about a color. Like, think about it. Even though when I help black-owned business, I'm doing that because we at the bottom of the totem pole. But we want to create product for everybody. This product is for everybody. Blacks, white, Asian, Latino. But you don't have too many black-owned companies. Like, show me how many black-owned tennis shoe companies out there that's making functional shoes that actually own it. It's not that many. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So when I find a problem, my passion get like, I need to do this. I got to show the world.